Hey everyone, it is Anna Runyon from Classy Career Girl, and today I am excited. We're going to dive into a new series on our podcast, and we're going to talk about how to know if you are ready to start a business. And this is really our whole series. We're going to be talking about like the top 10 challenges and questions that come up when you go from employee to entrepreneur. And I'm going to share a lot of my behind the scenes because I've been asked them a lot lately about how I went from employee to entrepreneur, the challenges that we went through, how we grew our business, when I quit my day job, all of those things in between of having three kids over these years of going into full-time entrepreneurship. So we're going to dive into all of that on this podcast episode and then the upcoming ones that we're going to be doing as well. So just a little behind the scenes for those that don't know the history of Classy Career Girl. It started in 2011. It started as a little blog that I did on the side of my day job. I worked on that blog, decided I wanted to turn my blog into a real business, a full-time business instead of just a side hustle. And in 2014, that's when I officially quit my day job after maternity leave. So I had 6 weeks of maternity leave. And then I said adios and went full-fledged into full-time entrepreneurship with a newborn. And that was in 2014. So we've been doing this now. We're kind of up on celebrating our 10-year anniversary of me doing this full time. And for a lot of you guys already know, I work with my husband. So just a few months after I quit my day job in 2014, he ended up quitting his day job as well. And we went all in on growing Classy Career Girl together. And we've been doing this for 10 years. There's been a lot of challenges in those years. Like I said, two more babies after that one. So I have three daughters now. And a lot of ups and downs, lots of challenges, lots of pivots, lots of lessons learned. And so hopefully I can help you make your transition from employee to entrepreneurship a lot more smooth, clean, not so overwhelming than it was for me back when I made the transition. So today's topic is how to know if you are ready to start your own business. And I know for me, I went to business school before I started my business, and I did not think I had what it took to be a business owner because I'm an introvert. And then, so it's really funny to think I almost never started my business. Even as I was going through business school, I thought, oh, but an entrepreneurship, that is for extroverts, not introverts. But I was very wrong. That is not the decision you should be going back and forth on if you are thinking of starting a business. It doesn't matter if you are an introvert or an extrovert, you can succeed in entrepreneurship no matter what type of personality type that you have. So if you're an introvert and you're scared and you think this is only for extroverts, it is not. I'm an introvert. I have a successful business, and you definitely can structure your business to make it work for you. So the first thing instead, today we're going to cover other things you should be thinking about whether to know you're ready to start your own business. The first one is really assessing your risk tolerance and assessing your financial situation to ensure that you're comfortable. You potentially might have some inconsistency initially when starting your business. So you might have some months that are higher income than other months. You have to be ready for that. So for me, we had about a 6 month savings plan when we both quit our day jobs. Somewhere between 3 to 6 months, you want to make sure that you have your savings. You also want to make sure that you've done everything possible on the side of your day job. So like I said, I built my business up on the side of my day job. I worked nights, I worked weekends, but then I didn't have the stress because I knew that I had that paycheck coming in, even though it was a job I didn't like, even though I hated my job, it was stressful, I was burnt out, I wanted to get out of there so bad. But I waited and I waited, and I still had that paycheck coming in. I still kept saving my money. I had a personal budget. We had a business budget. So I knew that I would have that paycheck while I could focus on building that business. When I left my day job, when I left like at 5 p.m., when I walked out that doors, I became an entrepreneur, and I did everything I could in the nights and the weekends, sometimes those early mornings, to grow my business. So you want to make sure that you have a personal budget. You want to make sure if you can, you still have that paycheck. You've done everything you can on the side of your day job, and you will know when it is time to go all in. You want to have some financial projections. So you want to know what it is that you need to be making and how much you're going to price your service or product so that you can know on a monthly basis how many do you need to sell. One of the things I always love to teach people, and these are kind of when I was making a big decision about like, should we both quit our day jobs and go all in? One of the things we would ask ourselves is like, what is the worst that could happen? If we both quit our jobs and we go all in on this classy career goal business, what is the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is that we would just go back and job search and find new jobs. And what is the best that could happen? Well, the best that could happen is we get to spend all this time as a family together. We can travel around the world. We can live wherever. We have this freedom and flexibility. We design our ideal workday. That sounds like a lot of fun to be our own boss. And is it worth it to go all in? We decided back in 2014, we decided that it was worth it to go all in. And if the worst happened, we could just go get other jobs. We could do that, right? So that's something that has helped us through the years make big decisions. Like I said, you know when it's time to quit. For me, I had that day job income coming in. I knew I could replace it if I needed to as well. Like I said, lots of working at nights, lots of working in the weekends. There is a lot of work. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's a lot of work, especially when you're doing this on the side of your day job. But I can't tell you how thankful you will be to put those baby steps in, to block out that time instead of watching TV at night. Block out some time, work on your business, even if it's just like 15 minutes a day. All of that time, taking those baby steps, the imperfect action, all of that really does add up when you look year after year after year. You're going to work hard. It's going to all be worth it. And it's going to be really exciting when you start to get those wins as well. So a lot of work. I know I worked in the nights, weekends, early mornings. But I knew that my day job was not my forever job. I had that vision. I knew where I wanted to go. So, like I said, first thing that you want to do is you really want to assess your risk tolerance, your current financial situation, build up that savings plan, find that paycheck coming in so that you can still work this as a side hustle. You can still work this in your nights and your weekends, and so you don't have to give up on this dream. All right, the second thing that you want to do to know that you are ready to start your business and to go all in on your business is you want to assess your why. You really have to know your why. You really have to know your passion for your business idea and what your purpose is, because that's going to sustain you. Like I said in the prior answer, it's not going to be super easy. There's going to be some problems, there's going to be some challenges, but your passion and your why and your mission is going to get you through those hard parts. Now, you also really want to know what that key problem is that you're going to be solving for your market. And that has to drive you. That has to excite you. It has to be something you would probably even do in your spare time or you would do without getting paid because you are so passionate and excited about it. That's what's going to make people buy is when they see that you are passionate about solving this problem. Like you sleep thinking about it. You eat, sleep, and breathe thinking about this problem that you want to solve and the challenges that your market is having. So for me, it's always been career fulfillment first. One of my missions in the early days was to help 2,000 women launch their dream careers or businesses by 2018. And I wrote that mission in 2016. And that really powered me through. Like I was so motivated. I was so excited about completing that mission. That was my big why. Initially, when I was just quitting that day job, my why was just, I want to quit my day job. Like, I hate my job. That was my why. I want to quit my day job. I want to have more time, freedom, and flexibility in my life. At that point, we didn't have any kids yet. And so I knew I wanted a more flexible career for myself because I was traveling a lot. Like, every month, I was going from San Diego to Charleston on Monday through Friday, starting on Monday and coming back on Friday. And so I knew that that kind of like traveling schedule was not going to work when I had a family someday. So that was my why. That got me excited to keep pushing forward on this dream. Mhm. Up next, our third way to know if you are ready to start your own business is to identify if you are ready to self motivate yourself because you're no longer going to have an external boss because entrepreneurship requires daily discipline. So, this is very important. This is why we teach all of our clients our 90-day planning system because every quarter we got to be creating that 90-day plan. And not only do we need to create the plan, but we also need to be on a weekly basis, daily basis, monthly basis, looking at that plan, creating our lists and our schedules so we know what we should be focusing on every single week. Now, starting a business can be overwhelming. It can seem like there's so much to do. You got to post on social media, you're spending a month creating your website. There's so much to focus on, but really there's not that much to do. When you know what the most important thing is, when you wake up in the morning and you know what to focus on, and you can take that 15 minutes and you can check off that thing and move forward, then you are in control and you have that discipline that you need to launch and grow your business. So the best thing about entrepreneurship is that you are in charge of your schedule, but this can also be a bad thing as well too, because you're in charge of your schedule. And so you really have to design that ideal week for yourself. And you can start to practice this when you are working your side hustle on the side of your day job. So, what I recommend doing, and this is what I do with all of my coaching clients, is we create their calendar. We take out an ideal week calendar. First, we plug in when you're going to do like your sales tasks. So, for us as career coaches, we do a lot of sales conversations. And so that's really one of the first things that we want to plug into your calendar, even if you just have like 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, plugging in when those sales conversations are going to happen. If you're a career coach or if you're delivering your product in some way of service, you want to plug those times into your calendar as well. So I plug my coaching hours in, I plug in the time that I run my group coaching program, and then I plug in last and finally, I plug in my marketing times. So you may think marketing is the most important thing that I can do, but I will tell you, when you're growing a business, selling is actually the most important thing. That's going to be, you need those sales, you need that income up so you can make that transition from employee to entrepreneur. So, what I would much rather you go into your calendar and discipline yourself to block out those times when you're going to be doing your sales conversations, you're going to be actually telling people about your offer, what you do, and those are the most important things that you can do. Obviously, we're going to need to do some marketing to get those sales conversations, but I want you focus on that ideal week and blocking out those times for the most important activities. So you're not just waking up saying, I'm an entrepreneur today. Let me work on my website. Because here's the secret. When you're working on your website, you're not interacting with any of your ideal clients. So for the career coaches I coach, I say you don't even need a website to start the business. I would much rather you start to get sales calls, start to talk to people, start to do market research, start to tell people about your offer and the problem you solve and how you can help them. That's what's going to mean the difference between a successful business and a business that has a website but no clients and no sales, and you can't actually quit your day job when you don't have any clients or any sales. So, one of the things that I always recommend to clients is creating a vision board. When I created my first vision board, that really got me excited and motivated because I will tell you, you're not going to love everything in your business, especially when you're a beginning entrepreneur. You're doing a lot of things that you probably don't like and want to hire out, but you don't have the money to hire it out. So when you are focusing on that vision and you know like what you want in your life and how you want it to look like, that's going to help you create like self-motivation and that discipline that you're going to need. Like I said, we just need 15 minutes a day. We don't need like long extended periods of time, but we do need time each day when we're working towards our goals and and working on our plan so that we know what to focus on. We're checking things off and we're making progress in our business. And ultimately, that's going to help you get to where you want to go. Another thing I always recommend is creating like your income plan as well too. So go to your budget, figure out like how much do you need to make so you know what you need to make in your business in order to quit your day job. What does that business need to be bringing in every single month? So we have a plan, you have that goal set aside of when you want to make that transition happen. You have that vision board, all like what your life is going to look like. Maybe you've created your ideal week calendar too for when you do quit your day job. There's so much to look forward to when you have that time freedom and the flexibility. And not only that, you're working on your purpose and your passion in your business. So, the three ways that we talked about today to know that you are ready to start your business. The first one is to assess your risk tolerance and your current financial situation so you can ensure you're comfortable in case there's some inconsistent revenue months. You've built up that savings, you have a personal budget, and you are ready to put the time in and work on this goal. The second thing that you want to have done so you know you're ready is you want to be very clear on your why. Why are you starting a business? Why are you passionate about this business idea and this problem that you solve? And what is your purpose and mission in your business? Because this is going to be what's going to sustain you through the challenging days of entrepreneurship. And then the third thing that you want to do to know that you are ready to start your business is to really be clear about how you're going to self-motivate yourself. You're not going to have that external boss. You're the boss now, and entrepreneurship is going to require daily discipline. So you might want to download our free planner. We have a free planner that you can use so you can start to create your weekly plan, your daily plan, your annual plan every single year with us as well. You can get that at classycareergirl.com/free plan. So that's going to help you start to stay motivated and start to stay on top of your to-do list and the tasks that you need to do yourself. And this may be something you didn't have to do at your day job because your boss would just tell you what to do. And so when you kind of start to use our planning system, it's going to be super easy. You're going to start to see like what are those tasks that you need to do each week so that you can build success. I also have an employee to entrepreneurship training free webinar that you can watch immediately. It's available on demand, and you can get that at classycareergirl.com/CRP webinar. And I'll put the links below for that as well. And that really walks you through the 5 phases of going from employee to entrepreneur. So I hope you go grab that training. I hope that this has been helpful. Send me a message and let me know. I'll see you next time.